And hello and welcome once again to Sable's Worldforge. Business as usual, so to speak, finally, because all the big stuff that I had to worry about is done. And you know what? I'm gonna move this over here because that kind of, yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah. So, Conduit's done. The big epic stream is done. That was yesterday. Definitely check out the VOD. It was a lot of fun. If you missed it, that was Basic Dragon, Eli, Quake, and I teamed up to talk about our Kickstarters, answer questions from the audience, got a little world building done, did a little bit of music. It was a lot of fun. And we're going to do it again, guys. We had such a great time with it that we're talking about future streams, talking about, you know, what we're doing with our Kickstarters. Thanks to all of you. We are all now fully funded. That's all three of us. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Basic Dragon is working on their second stretch goal at this point, which is color print. Eli has decided that their first stretch goal, because, you know, confidence, right? They didn't expect to, like, actually, you know, do more than just clear the goal, right? But they did really early. So their stretch goal is going to be character art, right? And I am working on my first stretch goal, which is audiobooks. And we are now less than $400 away from that, guys. It is awesome. Are there any slots left? Good time zone. What do you mean by slots there, my friend Natalia? Let me know. Oh, as in for showcases. Yes, that's another thing I got to talk about. I have a backlog of showcases, so I'm going to try to get through that backlog first. When I have gotten through it, I will open up the showcases. We are going to do a grand total of 2 today because I need to get some world building done. I am way behind. Aaron's got like 9 prompts done. I've done 1, right? Because I've been so busy with other things. So I gotta work. There will be no edits available for the duration of July. Just not gonna happen. So don't ask. Sorry. But showcases, yes, we will do. But we're gonna do the backlog first. If we can. If people are here. Alright. So, yes. Which reminds me, I should have opened up that screen, and I did not. So now I have to do it. Just a second here. Twitch. My stream is going to go here for just a second because it's going to try to show my channel. I'm going to get off of this page as soon as I can. Video producer. Go to the channel. Come on. There we go. Okay, we're off the video. You try to run video in the background and it just eats all my stuff. Alright, games! Good job, man! 2,547 words for House Tiki. As I would like edits, please delay mine. Okay, that's fair enough, James. Just submitted my 3rd prompt, says Melody. Nearly caught up. Fantastic. Yes! I should say hello to everybody. I've gotten out of that habit because the past few streams have been so busy. I haven't had the opportunity. So, hello! Emily, hello Siobhan, hello Melody, hello Satrium, hello Extreme Side. Who am I missing here? Satrium says the bot has currently counted 222,222 words. Guys, we are kicking some ass out here. It's pretty amazing. Laura VAB showed up yesterday and dropped like 25,000 words. Just went boom. I'm like, Walking Dead Lover might have some competition. This could be interesting. Awesome. Okay. Masadi's hello says, I want your starting soon, but as ending soon so bad. I'll quickly flip over just to show you. Actually, do have an ending soon. Looks like that. And you know what? You can just get that with Stream Elements. You go to Stream Elements, you go to overlays, right? And it's just a Stream Elements overlay. Browser source is how you add it with your OBS or whatever streaming program you're using. It's awesome, right? So, and you can configure it any way you want. So I deleted the background and put my own Embers background in because I had a particular look I wanted. So, and hello Games, hello James. I like that rhymes. Hello Natalia. Hello Laria, hello Damparo. Hello Rowan. It's too bad we don't have a board that shows our rankings and updates every hour. No, you're going to have to show up here, and we're going to tell you about it, right? That will be on Thursday. I think that I'm still going to do it at the beginning of, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm starting streaming at noon again. And this is my new time, by the way. My streams will now, all of my writing streams, that's Sable's Worldforge, Diane Writes, and Diane Actually Writes, will all start at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC, 8 p.m. in the UK, 5 a.m. Australian Eastern Time, right? And the reason why is because Jamie's going back to work. I have to be available to drive him to work. So I have to move my stream time. This may actually work out much better for, I know a lot of you are in Europe, and I know a lot of you go to bed like the last hour or so of the stream. Maybe you won't have to. And that's, I'm kind of hoping that works out. Thank you for showing up at the early time, and I appreciate all your support. UK, so yep, says James. Sage Group says, I really appreciate it being at 9 p.m. instead of 10. Yeah, it's a little bit better, isn't it? Yeah, so, and a lot of you are in Europe, so, this is cool by me. I will post it anyway. This is the article the boyfriend wrote. That's cool. Hello, the Roaring Girl, and hello, Kayatan. I hope you caught that I am now going to be streaming an hour earlier, noon Pacific, so 7 p.m. UTC, and that's all 3 streams, right? Even the, extra Kickstarter stream. I'm going to call it like, Diane Writes Kickstarter edition for the first 2 hours, and then 2.5 hours will be Diane Actually Writes, technically, and then at least for the rest of the Kickstarter, which ends in July 15th is the last day. And that's how we're going to do things, right? Because, yeah, there is still your article in the queue. Yes, there is. Which reminds me, I have to fire that up. Let us do that. Reminder that this is a Game of Tomes reporting stream. You can record your Game of Tomes points here, which reminds me as well, our Sunday night Toy Soldiers Old School campaign will be happening at the usual time of 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UTC, that's 2 a.m. in the UK, and using my thing here, that is that's a decent time actually if you're in the Pacific area. That is 11 o'clock in the morning, I think is what that works out to. So awesome, right? We will be proceeding, but you may have noticed that I have not put that stream on the Game of Tomes calendar. Here, I will call up the calendar for you so you may look. It is not there because it's not really focused on writing. We're doing our game, right? And there's lots of other Game of Tomes streamers now, so I do not have to worry about covering the slot. Now, I'm not going to turn off the channel point rewards, so if you want to, you are still welcome to report your Game of Tomes word counts. It will still accept it while our game is going on, but I won't be talking about it at all, especially since we're going to be, I'll just mention briefly, you can do that at the beginning, and then I'm going to ignore it. And the reason why is because pretty soon I'm going to be switching over to being the game master there, and I got to concentrate on the players in the game. You're still welcome to report, but I also urge you to go check out other Game of Tomes streamers. There are lots of them this time, and I appreciate it, and they deserve your support. I should see who is actually on at that time so that I can tell you. because I think it's freaking cool that there's so many people and that this is, you know, the schedule is basically taking care of itself. All that work I had to do in April, I don't have to do it anymore. And it reminds me, we're now gonna switch to the sprint timer screen, and I'm gonna actually capture the Chrome window because, there we go. Then you can see what I'm looking at. So yeah. Masades is on after me, okay? I'll keep that in mind. Oh, and so is Tal, so that's cool. Yeah, Tal looks like they'll be running about the time that I usually run the game stream. So Tal and Masades will both be on starting at about here. Well, this is when I would normally start, is about this line, 1 a.m., right? So, and then coffee. So there's lots of other Game of Thrones streams. Go support them, especially because Tal is kind of new to the game. I'd appreciate if you guys would spend some time with her, right? But if you still want to come hang out, listen to the game, and tippity-tap, I will still accept your points. That's totally fine. Okay. That's right. Support other streamers too. Exactly, Siobhan. That is exactly what I'm getting at, right? Okay. And hey, Natalia says 10 out of 10 prompts done. Woot! Yeah, Rowan says we're always happy to have watchers, and remember we do allow for backseat gaming on Toy Soldiers, and we do have a chat crew that we interact with. And yes, that's true. Some of our regular audience have used the naming function to insert themselves as NPCs in the game, and they're kind of playing them. And sometimes we don't interact with them all the time, right? But if there's like a major thing going on, we don't tend to, like a big fight, but we do if we're just kind of doing, you know, character interaction stuff, and it's been a lot of fun. I think that they've really added something to the game, and I don't think anybody else is doing that. So I think that's fun. Oh yes, and Satrium's Who's Live webpage is super neat, and so is the streams already on the calendar. Yes, yes. Also, this might be a good moment to tell you, says Satrium, that you can find all currently live Game of Thrones recording streams over at got.satrium.dev. And yes, if you go there, you will see embeds of all the streams that are accepting Game of Thrones points that are currently live. Speedwitch Games! Got your application. We'd like to have you. We're concerned that you may not be able to follow the setup instructions and reporting instructions because you are, okay, first of all, because other people haven't been, right? They've had some trouble. So we're not making something as clear as we should. Secondly, because we know there's been confusion with written instructions. We understand dyslexia. This is not a, you know, no judgment, right? No judgment at all. But we know it's already confusing. And third, because we're doing both forms of reporting at once this time to make sure that the bot works. So what I'd like to offer is to, you know, go ahead and read through the stuff. Make sure you've seen the preview videos. We're gonna approve your application. If you think anything is confusing at all, if you're not entirely sure of anything, ping me. We'll get together. I'll go over it with you on a Discord call or something, and we'll figure it out, because we would love to have you. We think you're awesome. You guys don't know about all the stuff that Games did behind the scenes for Conduit in particular, right? And plus he didn't get in on the initial creation stuff because, you know, personal issue came up that is nobody else's business. But he is one of the members of the world building world builders roundtable, and he's just amazing behind the scenes support, and he never says boo for, you know, wanting credit, right? He showed up at the last minute, signed up for like everything we still needed a host for. He was up at 3 o'clock in the morning interviewing about stuff he wasn't entirely confident about himself, but he figured, I'll go with my guests, and he was amazing. He was absolutely stunningly amazing, right? So I think he's a really positive influence and a valuable voice to have, and I want to have him, right? So great. We'd love to have you. So awesome. Masadi says, my roommate blew my router fuse and we missed calendar talk. Okay, so the thing about the calendar, all I was saying was that there are a lot of streams live already. I have not put our game stream tonight on the calendar because there are lots of actual writing streams going on that you do not need me to be on the calendar for a game stream. You're still welcome to report your points there if you want to. I will not be paying any attention to it. I mean, that's fine. You want to hang out, tippity-tap in the background, and occasionally report a word count bonus. And but if you want to seriously work, I highly recommend you go check out some of the other streams. Masadi's will be live. Cal will be live. That's Element Ed's. Coffee will be going live about an hour before we usually quit, so 8 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, blah! No, we don't need you. Yeah, no, you don't. You don't need me. You don't need me. So, yes. And that's awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate that. And so I did not put that on the schedule. I don't have to. I don't have to fill that slot. It's been covered. I think everything's been covered now. Right? Between Pride's Weekend Warriors and, various people filling in the gaps here. This is 24-hour coverage, gang, and you guys took care of it yourselves. I didn't have to do a thing. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is awesome. And if you want to know what's live, all you have to do is go to got.satrium.dev and you will be able to see who is live at any given time, which is something I really wanted to have available a long time ago, and I'm really glad it is available. Thank you, Satrium. That is really helpful. Yep, I don't even need my lobbies up on the weekend. I do it because it makes me write more. Exactly, right? And it's cool to have options. Maybe people want a quiet lobby. Maybe people want to be chatted at. Speaking of which, I'm going to go and look for our showcases in the queue to make sure that we get them done. When they're done, the ones I have in the queue, I will open them up again. We will do 2 per stream. That is it. Count 2 per stream, not 3, so that I can get some writing done. And we'll see how that works. All right, and showcase. Where's the showcase? We have 4 requests. The first one in the queue is Dinosaur Bob. Is Bob here? Probably not. I didn't see him. What's funny is that about 90% of the Game of Tomes, calendar is the same streams as the ASC one, says Kayetan. Yeah, that is true. Game of Tomes started out as an ASC official event, so the ASC streamers basically, they were the ones originally doing Game of Tomes, but we have opened it up to other people who are not ASC now. And that was a decision that we felt we wanted to make for inclusion. And it's awesome. I'm glad we made it. And I welcome aboard anybody who is new. There are a lot of new people this year. That's really cool, right? Or this month, rather. I keep saying year because it's like, I feel like everyone's an individual season. So yeah. But, yeah. We're having a lot of fun with it, and I understand people are kicking some ass on the word count totals already, which reminds me, I really should get the showcase down so that I can get to work, but I'm messing with my camera right now. I dialed down my graphic quality for my camera because I was tired of the heat borking my stream. That's just not going to fit this right for some reason. I'll play with it later. Okay. Alright, so Bob is not here. Yeah, Masadi says, I'm a text chatty lobby if people need those. Yeah, if you need a distraction, which, sometimes you do. I can't just focus on writing myself. I need an occasional break. Melody says, I can't believe how long Pride's lobby has been online. It's still going strong. Yeah, he did that in April too. And I'm impressed as hell. I can't do that. Yeah, Misatis is like they're actively gaming on it for a huge portion of it. I find it difficult to concentrate when there is a video game going on, even if I can't hear it. I find that, you know, but it's cool for a reporting lobby for sure. Bob isn't on the user list, so probably not here. Fair enough, Kayetan. My computer weeps at the idea of the long streams, says Melody. Yup. It feels like a year. Sable got that too, yes. Hooray for community growth, says Melody. I agree completely. Alright, James. Lapping for life. Helping with Pride stream, that's great. Natalia says, just watched a movie and feel like writing again. Awesome. Siobhan says, only one crash for Pride this weekend. Only one! Doing well! It does crash when you have that big of a stream, it does. Right. Masadi says, I can't write in Pride stream because of ARC, thus my lobbies go up. Fair enough. Fair enough, right? Me neither, right? And that's, you know, everybody's got their own... I just end up getting absorbed in the video game because, like, ADD, right? So I find it... What I'll do is I'll put it on the background, do other things, and then come back and tippity-tap. But if you're around Masadi's, I'll come hang out with you, too. That's awesome. It's a personal goal of mine to report words in absolutely everybody's stream. I try to do that at least once in every Tourney of Tales. Alright, we're gonna do show days. Alright, Bob's not here. Next. Kayetan, you are definitely here. Let's do it. Why did that not work? Oh, because it had, I'll just put it here in front of it. Okay. Alright, Kayetan's article, Mott. Law. Yeah, Masades agrees with me, gets distracted. Siobhan says I have Pride stream up for reporting. Melody says if I do an early morning stream, I end up getting near to 3,000 words before midday. That's awesome. Yeah, at least I know this world is searchable on Google, says Kayetan. Yes, yes it is. It's awesome. And Masadi says I pop up Pride when I'm ready to rest my brain and nerd over ARC. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad people are getting stuff done. That's great. And, you know, I really appreciate really appreciate the fact that Pride is willing to run long streams like that so that people can keep reporting. Okay, Mott. Type, metaphysical, arcane. Mott, or Mott, is truth, order, balance, harmony, morality, law, and justice. It is a force by which everything and everyone in the world is bound. It regulates the stars, seasons, and actions of mortals and gods. Mott has brought order to chaos from the moment the world was created. To do that, it uses ley lines to reach everything and everyone. How it looks. Ancient Egyptians personified Mott as a woman with long black hair. Sometimes the woman also had wings on their hands. However, it wasn't Mott's true form, which is incomprehensible for a human. People aware of Mott say that it is a being made of flesh and smoke. Some say that they saw glimpses of something else, but no one is able to describe it in detail. Interesting. Awareness of Mott. Most people aren't aware of Mott's existence. They are just going along with their lives, not knowing about the regulating force. Those aware of Mott are for the most part, is the phrase you want there, Kayetan. Just people dedicated to upholding the law. They are also supporters of living in harmony with nature and guarding the truth. Verb tense agreement. In the past, there were many more aware people. It is said that almost every ancient Egyptian was aware. However, some people say that they just knew of Mot from the priests who were aware. Yeah, that makes sense. There's other names for this kind of concept of harmony in different cultures. That is the sprint is done cheer, for those of you who are sprinting. Alright, but yeah, you might want to flesh it out a bit for some other cultures. Right, do some brief description, like I know that most Asian cultures have a, belief of universal harmony. It's not the same as Mot, obviously, but it has much in common. There's First Nations beliefs about it, right? I mean, it's not unique to Egypt, right? So you may want to mention a couple other things, especially since you've said it's a universal law, right? All right, becoming aware. Being aligned, and aligned has one L, with what Mot isn't enough to become aware of it. Usually, aware people are those who have already suspected that there is a hidden aspect to the world. They put themselves into a trance through incense, essential oils, meditation, or psychedelics. Sure, alter your consciousness and you can get in touch with Mot. It isn't, and psychedelics is spelled with an E between the H and the D. Psychedelics rather than psychedelics, which, that's a hard word, so. And I wouldn't know it had I not written about it in my witchcraft book. Okay, it isn't always successful. When it is, they see Mot's true form, which is indescribable and incomprehensible for a human. Most people go mad from the experience. There's nothing wrong from that, but in that phrase, but the experience is a bit more clear. And I would break this paragraph up, probably after psychedelics. They put themselves into a trance through incense, essential oils, meditation, or psychedelics. And then start a new paragraph. It isn't always successful. When it is, they see Mot's true form, which is indescribable and incomprehensible. Most people go mad from this. Very few, or you could just say this. That might be, I think that's what's twigging my brain there. Very few people of the strongest will are capable of resisting the maddening effects of Mot. Pick one of those sentences. You do not need them both. They say the same thing, right? Most people go mad from this. Most people go mad, okay? Very few people with the strongest will are capable of resisting the maddening effects. Pick one. They're the same thing. One says, almost everybody does, and one says, all but a few people do. Yeah. They see through the surface and get a very basic understanding of what Mot is. Yes, you're trying to blend two ideas together here. I would delete most people go mad from that. I would say when it is, they see Mot's true form, which is indescribable and incomprehensible for a human. Very few people of the strongest will are capable of resisting the maddening effects of Mot. They see through the surface and get a... You don't need very, delete it. We don't need very, very. Mark Twain said, replace the word very every time you want to use it with damn, and then your editor will delete it, and it'll be exactly as it should be. Right? We overuse very in conversation, but in written form text, it's not necessary. It's kind of it weakens your statement rather than strengthens it. Right? They see through the surface and get a basic understanding of what Mot is. Then you would say, maybe I would move that down to this and then start another paragraph, right? I would say, However, most people go mad from the experience. They, on the other hand, are simply aware of the controlling force but don't understand it. Their minds want. They are plural, so we need many minds, right? So their minds want to understand it, though, and this is what makes them, I would use the word insane there, right? Because, and that's the get back to work growl, those of you who are sprinting. And the reason why I would do that is because in that context, we tend to associate it. Remember I said, right, English has a lot of words that mean the same thing. And it's about picking the right word with the right connotation. And used in this way, mad more often has a connotation of, you know, being angry, right? But if you replace that with insane or drives them mad, right, that would say what you're trying to say. Agents of Mutt. Those who become aware. Become aware is the verb form you're looking for there. And don't go mad. Oh, well, no, okay, I guess so. All right, never mind. That'll work. I'll leave it. Those who became aware and didn't go bad are known as agents of Mutt. It is said that they are in communication with Mutt, or with it, and help it with maintaining order in the world. Though Matt is transcendental and almost omnipotent, there are still some limits to its capabilities. Good word choices there, by the way. For example, the further something or someone